Saying no is one of the most powerful tools you can have, yet it's often one of the hardest to use without guilt. It's a simple word, but it carries weight. It sets boundaries, defines priorities, and gives control over your time and energy. Yet, many hesitate to use it, fearing rejection, disappointment, or conflict. Society often teaches that saying yes is the path to acceptance, success, or even love. But where does that path lead? When every request is met with agreement, personal needs are pushed aside. Overcommitment leads to exhaustion. The desire to please turns into resentment. The inability to say no slowly erodes self-respect and independence. This video is not about avoiding responsibility or shutting people out. It's about reclaiming control, learning when to say yes with intention, and when to say no without guilt. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's necessary. It creates space for growth, peace, and true fulfillment. By the end of this video, you'll understand why saying no is a skill worth mastering, how to use it with confidence, and how to break free from the guilt that holds so many back. It's time to embrace the power of no and take back control. Boundaries are not walls, they are the lines that define how far we are willing to stretch without breaking. Saying no is not rejection. It is an act of self-preservation. It protects time, energy, and mental well-being. It allows control over commitments and ensures that energy is directed toward what truly matters. Without boundaries, life becomes a series of obligations dictated by others. When every request is met with agreement, priorities become blurred. There is always another favor to grant, another expectation to meet, another demand to fulfill. Over time, this cycle leads to exhaustion. There is no space left for personal growth, rest, or meaningful pursuits. Saying no is not selfish, it is necessary. It is a statement of self-respect. It means acknowledging that time and energy are limited resources, and they should not be given away without thought. Each yes carries a cost. When every door is held open for others, there is little left for personal needs. The consequences of constantly saying yes are subtle at first. Small sacrifices here and there seem manageable. But over time, resentment builds. Responsibilities pile up. The feeling of control slips away. What once felt like kindness turns into frustration. What once seemed like generosity becomes an invisible burden. Saying no is not about pushing people away. It is about making space for the right things. It is about ensuring that what is truly important does not get lost in the noise of endless obligations. It is about choosing where energy is spent, rather than letting others decide. Mastering the ability to say no is a step toward freedom. It is a shift from living on others' terms to living with intention. Why does saying no feel so difficult? Why does it come with a weight of guilt, even when it is the right choice? The answer lies in conditioning. From an early age, there is an expectation to accommodate, to be agreeable, to avoid disappointing others. The fear of rejection or disapproval creates hesitation. The belief that saying no is selfish adds pressure. But this guilt is an illusion, one that keeps people stuck in obligations they do not truly want. Guilt is not a sign of wrongdoing. It is often a false emotion, triggered by an outdated belief that everyone else's needs must come first. But sacrificing personal well-being for the sake of pleasing others does not create true connection or respect. It creates exhaustion and resentment. Saying no is not an act of rejection. It is an act of empowerment. It is a statement that priorities matter. It is a way of setting limits that protect peace, energy, and mental clarity. When the word no is reframed not as shutting someone out, but as making space for the right things, the guilt begins to fade. Each time a decision is made to say no to something misaligned, a yes is given to something better. a yes to self-respect, a yes to mental well-being, a yes to personal priorities. The power lies not in saying yes to everything, but in knowing when to say no. The more no is practiced, the lighter it becomes. The more it is used with confidence, the stronger the sense of control over life. True freedom is not found in pleasing everyone. It is found in choosing what deserves time and energy. Saying no is not a weakness. It is the key to living with intention. Saying no is an art. It is not about shutting people down or creating conflict. It is about setting boundaries with confidence and clarity. The way no is communicated determines how it is received. When spoken with certainty, yet kindness, it leaves no room for negotiation while maintaining respect. Being direct is key. A simple, "I'm unable to commit to that right now," is enough. Over-explaining or justifying weakens the message and invites pushback. There is no need for excessive apologies or excuses. A firm but respectful response sets the boundary without guilt. No is not rejection. It is a redirection of energy. Instead of framing it negatively, turn it into a statement of personal choice. "I need to focus on my priorities right now," or "that doesn't align with my current goals," shifts the conversation from limitation to empowerment. It is not about denying others. It is about honoring commitments to oneself. Practicing no in small situations builds confidence. The first few times may feel uncomfortable, but repetition creates ease. Start by declining minor requests and gradually apply it to larger decisions. The more often no is used, the more natural it becomes. Boundaries are only as strong as the person enforcing them. When time and energy are valued, others begin to respect them too. Confidence in saying no does not just change conversations, it changes the way life is lived. Saying no is not just about turning down requests, it is about creating space for what truly matters. Time and energy are limited, and when they are scattered across obligations that do not align with personal goals, focus is lost. But when unnecessary commitments are removed, clarity appears. There is more energy to invest in meaningful pursuits, personal growth, and the things that bring real fulfillment. A simple no can be the difference between exhaustion and balance. Without clear boundaries, life can become a constant cycle of pleasing others while personal priorities are pushed aside. But when no is used with confidence, it prevents burnout and helps maintain emotional well-being. Saying no allows space for rest, self-care, and the ability to give energy to the things that genuinely matter. Boundaries also strengthen relationships. Contrary to the fear that saying no pushes people away, it actually builds respect. People respect those who respect themselves. When clear limits are set, relationships become more balanced, with mutual understanding rather than silent resentment. Healthy relationships are built on honesty, not obligation. When no is used with confidence, it teaches others how to treat and value time. Each no is a step toward self-empowerment. It is a declaration that life is being shaped with intention rather than pressure. The more it is practiced, the easier it becomes to stand firm in decisions and make choices that align with personal values. Growth happens when unnecessary distractions are removed, leaving space for real opportunities. Doors do not close with a no, they open to better possibilities. Saying no is not about rejecting others. It is about choosing yourself. It is about making room for a life built on purpose, not on guilt or obligation. Saying no is not an act of defiance. It is an act of self-respect. It is a declaration that your time, energy, and priorities matter. Too often, people equate no with selfishness, but in reality, it is a sign of strength. It means you are in control of your life, making intentional choices instead of being pulled in every direction by external demands. Boundaries do not push people away. They create space for the right opportunities, the right people, and the right balance. Every no is a yes to something greater, a yes to your well-being, a yes to your goals, a yes to a life lived on your terms. The fear of disappointing others fades when you realize that those who truly respect you will respect your boundaries. By saying no to what drains you, you make room for what fulfills you. Now, here's your challenge. The next time you feel pressured to say yes to something that does not align with your priorities, pause, take a breath, then say no. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is temporary. Growth happens when you choose what is right for you instead of what is expected of you. Your time is your most valuable resource. Do not waste it on obligations that do not serve you. Every time you say no with confidence, you take back control of your life. Protect your peace, stand firm in your decisions, and start saying no without guilt.